Hey yo, listen.
Drop it low to the flow. Oh.
Like it like that.
Yeah. Oh. Are you ready for this?
All right. Welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive?
Oh, absolutely.
Today, we're going to dig into some pretty interesting articles
Okay.
all about, TikTok and how it's, kind of shaking things up in the social media world.
Right.
And,
Yeah, it's a fascinating situation for sure.
yeah, it's fascinating how these legal issues with TikTok are,
Yeah.
causing these, ripples.
Yeah, it's a big power play going on,
Huge power moves, especially from
especially from Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Their stock prices are going crazy high.
Yeah, record highs were seeing.
Record highs, and then they're
Right.
releasing this new video editing app.
Yeah, edits. Have you heard about this?
I have, edits. I haven't had a chance to really check it out.
Okay.
But, yeah, and then even, redesigning their profile grids.
Right. Like, who would have thought?
Yeah, it's all these things, and it's all tied to
All connected to this TikTok drama.
just this TikTok situation, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's kind of break this down.
Okay, that's good.
So first off, the appeals court upheld this ruling about ByteDance,
Right.
TikTok's parent company,
Uh,
and they have to divest their U.S. operations by early 2025.
it's a big deal.
It's a huge.
It creates a lot of uncertainty,
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Uncertainty leads people to look for something
Of course. Yeah.
more stable,
More safe, more
Yeah.
predictable.
more predictable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, are people actually leaving TikTok?
Well, if you look at Meta's stock price, it seems like they are.
Okay.
They hit a record high of $629.78.
Wow.
That's huge. And
That is huge.
that really suggests that people are moving to platforms
Uh-huh.
they see as more reliable in the long run.
Right. Okay. So that's a pretty clear sign
Yeah, pretty clear sign.
that people are moving away from TikTok. But
Yeah.
where are they going? Is it mostly to Instagram or?
It seems like Instagram is the main beneficiary so far.
Okay.
They've been really strategic about capitalizing on this whole situation.
Uh-huh.
They've launched this new app, Edits,
Yeah. Edits.
and it's almost like they're going directly after
Mm-hmm.
those serious video creators who love ByteDance's CapCut app.
Interesting.
Edits has AI-powered animations,
Okay.
generative captions, all those
Yeah.
sophisticated editing tools
Yeah.
that creators crave.
So you're saying they're targeting that specific group of virtual creators.
Yeah, they're trying to lure them over.
Lure them over to Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
And they're not stopping there. They've also redesigned their profile grid.
Yeah, I was
not-
going to ask you about that.
Remember those iconic squares?
Yeah, the squares are gone.
They're gone.
Now it's
Now it's all sleek 4.5 rectangular grids.
rectangular. Okay, so does that actually make a difference? Is that?
Well, I think it's quite clever, actually.
Oh, okay.
If you think about how TikTok really prioritizes vertical video, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
That 4.5 aspect ratio that Instagram is using now,
Yeah.
it's designed to make videos look even better
Mm-hmm.
on a vertical screen.
So when people are scrolling.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, I get that.
You're tapping into that same psychology, understanding that people are drawn to visuals,
Especially when
especially in this fast-paced world of social media.
fast-paced world of social media.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're attracting these serious video creators with edits,
Right.
and then they're appealing to the visually oriented
Agility, yeah.
users
Yeah.
with the new grid layout.
Yeah.
But what about just the casual scrollers who just love,
Right.
those short entertaining videos?
Well, Instagram hasn't forgotten about them.
Okay.
They've been pushing Reels really hard.
Yeah.
Your answer to TikTok, right?
Right.
And they keep adding more editing features
Uh-huh.
and even better ways for creators to make money from their content.
Right.
So they're covering all the bases.
Yeah. So they're trying to appeal to everyone.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah. So earlier you were talking about how Meta's stock is
Yeah.
going through the roof.
Yeah.
So how does this all translate into profits for Meta?
Well, it's all about user engagement, right?
Okay.
More users on Instagram means more eyes on ads,
Mm-hmm.
which means more advertising revenue for Meta.
Right.
It's a pretty simple
A
equation.
simple equation, more users, more money.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
And it's not just about short-term gains either.
Oh, okay.
Analysts are predicting that advertisers are going to shift even more of their budgets towards platforms like Instagram
Okay.
that they see as more stable, you know, more of a sure thing.
Right.
So as long as the uncertainty around TikTok persists,
Mm-hmm.
Instagram stands to benefit immensely.
Okay, so is this like the beginning of the end for TikTok?
I wouldn't say they're doomed.
Okay.
They still have a massive dedicated user base, but this whole situation definitely highlights how precarious their position is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, TikTok came in as this disruptor,
Yeah.
forcing these established platforms to adapt and innovate.
Uh-huh.
But now the tables have turned.
It's like a total
Yeah, it's a power shift.
power shift.
And everyone's trying to adjust.
It's like a power struggle going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how TikTok navigates these challenges
Yeah. It's a real nail biter for sure.
and whether they can regain that sense of stability.
Yeah, and whether they can get back to where they were.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But,
No.
it's not like the other platforms are just like
Right.
sitting back and
No, they're not just watching this happen.
I'll watch it. Yeah.
They're making their own moves.
It's not like a 2-horse race, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Like Pinterest, for example.
Yeah, Pinterest.
They're attracting a whole different crowd.
Right. Like
The DIYers, the people who love visuals, that sort of thing.
yeah, Pinterest has always been strong with that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're seeing a surge in activity, too.
Yeah.
As people explore different ways to express themselves online.
Right.
It's like this whole situation is reminding us
Yeah.
that there's a whole world of social media beyond
just
TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's true. It's easy to forget that
it is.
when those two are like dominating the headlines.
Right.
What about like the video platforms though?
Yeah.
Like are YouTube Shorts and Snapchat benefiting too from all this?
Absolutely. YouTube Shorts is really coming into its own,
Mm-hmm.
you know, leveraging YouTube's massive user base.
Yeah, they already had that huge base.
Yeah, and that powerful recommendation algorithm.
Yeah, right.
And Snapchat, with its focus on personal connections and AR,
Uh-huh.
augmented reality,
Yeah.
they're holding their own as well.
It really does feel like this whole
That's
social
good.
media landscape is just
Yeah, like a reset button has been pressed.
like a reset button, yeah, and everyone's kind of like
Yeah, scrambling to find their footing.
scrambling, yeah.
It's a really interesting time.
Yeah, it's really dynamic right now.
It is.
So it's not just about attracting these new users, right? It's about
It's about keeping them engaged.
keeping them there, yeah.
Instagram can't just rely on being the safe haven from TikTok.
Right.
They need to constantly innovate, offer something truly unique
Mm-hmm.
if they want to hold on to those new users long term.
Yeah. It's not a guaranteed win for them then.
Not at all.
Okay.
It all comes down to whether they can actually integrate these new features
Right.
and make them feel like a natural part of the platform.
Yeah.
They can't just be seen as this temporary fix for TikTok refugees.
Uh-huh.
They have to provide a compelling long-term alternative.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so it's not just about copying TikTok. It's
Yeah.
about like understanding what those users
Absolutely. It's about understanding what users want
Yeah.
and delivering an experience that goes beyond just the latest trends.
Fever. Yeah.
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 And that's what makes this whole situation so fascinating, right?
Right.
It's a case study in disruption and adaptation,
Uh-huh.
forcing these platforms to reevaluate
Right.
their strengths and weaknesses.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and ultimately like the users benefit from that, right?
Absolutely. I mean, we
Yeah.
get more choices,
Yeah.
better features,
Uh-huh.
and hopefully more creative and innovative ways to connect online.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like all this competition is good for
It's good for us.
us.
Yeah.
So what happens if TikTok like manages to figure all this out?
Right.
What if they,
What if they successfully divest,
yeah.
rebuild that trust
Mhm.
with users and advertisers?
Like could they bounce back?
I think they could absolutely stage a comeback.
Okay.
They still have a lot going for them.
Right.
An addictive algorithm, a massive global community,
Mhm.
and a track record of constantly pushing boundaries.
So it's not like a total doomsday scenario for them,
Not at all.
but it's definitely like a wake-up call, right?
Exactly. Wake up
Wake-
call.
Okay.
And it could even be a blessing in disguise.
Oh, interesting.
You know, this pressure could force them to innovate even further,
Yeah.
to become even more creative and engaging.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little competition is all it takes
To light a fire under them.
to light that fire. Yeah.
Yeah, this whole thing's a great example of how like
Yeah.
nothing stays the same in the world of social media.
Absolutely. What's popular today could be old news tomorrow.
Right.
The platforms that can adapt and evolve the fastest are the ones that will thrive.
Yeah, and it's kind of the beauty of it all, right?
It is.
It keeps things exciting.
It does.
There's always something new to discover,
Yep.
new ways to connect, new stories to tell.
That's what keeps us coming back for more.
Yeah. All right. So just to like recap a little bit here,
Okay.
we've got TikTok facing this uphill battle,
Right.
Instagram making these bold moves
Yeah.
to seize the opportunity,
Uh-huh.
and then a bunch of other platforms kind of like
Right.
stepping up their game as well.
It's a lot to unpack.
It is. It's a lot to unpack.
But it all comes down to this.
Okay.
TikTok's struggles have created this window of opportunity for competitors,
Mm-hmm.
and Instagram is emerging as the early front runner.
Okay. So the big question is,
But the game's far from over.
the game's far from over. Yeah. So what's the like
Yeah.
key takeaway for our listener today?
I think the biggest takeaway is that the social media landscape is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
It's a dynamic ecosystem where change is the only constant.
It's like a living organism.
It is a great analogy.
Always growing, always changing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we have to kind of like be ready to adapt.
We do.
With it. Yeah.
And as users, we have the power to shape that evolution
Yeah.
through the choices we make,
Mm-hmm.
which platforms we use,
Yeah.
how we engage with content, the kind of online communities we choose to be a part of.
So it's not just about passively consuming content anymore, right?
Yeah.
It's about like being active participants.
It's about being active participants in this ever-changing digital world.
Yeah.
We have a voice.
We do have a voice. It's pretty amazing when you think about it.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, we really do have a lot of power in shaping
Yeah.
the future of these platforms.
Yeah. So it's not just these big companies like
Right.
dictating what we...
It's a two-way street.
It's a two-way street.
We have influence.
That's really cool.
It is. Yeah.
All right. So what does this all mean for like
Okay.
TikTok and Instagram
Right.
specifically? Like, will one of them like
Yeah.
emerge as like the
Dominant force.
dominant force, or
Or will they coexist?
yeah, will they figure out a way to like
Yeah, it's tough to
live
predict.
together? Or
It is tough to predict the future.
yeah.
But one thing's for sure. This competition is pushing both platforms to be better.
Mm-hmm.
Instagram is being forced to innovate at a rapid pace.
Yeah.
And if TikTok manages to overcome its challenges,
Yeah.
they'll need to come back even stronger and more creative
Yeah.
to recapture their audience.
So it's almost like this is raising the bar for like
It's raising the bar for the entire social media industry.
the whole industry.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's exciting.
That is exciting.
And ultimately, it's a win for everyone involved.
Yeah.
It's about creating a richer, more engaging, and more diverse
Uh-huh.
online experience for all of us.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Okay, well, my head's spinning.
I know, right?
After all this,
We covered a lot of ground today.
yeah, from legal battles
Yeah.
to stock prices,
Algorithm update.
algorithm updates.
Yeah, the psychology of visual design.
It's a lot.
It's a lot,
Yeah.
but that's what we're here for, right?
Yeah.
To explore these complex issues,
Mhm.
unpack the latest trends, and hopefully spark some thought-provoking conversations.
Definitely. I think we've achieved that today.
I think so too.
So to our listener out there, what do you think?
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
What does the future hold for TikTok and Instagram?
Will this power shift become permanent?
Yeah. Or will we see TikTok make a big comeback?
Or will something completely unexpected happen?
Who knows, right?
Right, to the future of social media,
Yeah.
anything is possible.
Anything's possible. Yeah. And like,
Yeah.
what does this all mean for like how we connect with each other online?
Yeah, how we create and consume content.
How do you see this evolving in the coming years?
It's a big question.
Yeah, it's a big question.
Yeah, keep exploring, keep questioning,
Mm-hmm.
keep those deep dives going.
Absolutely.
We'd love to hear your thoughts.
We'd love to hear from you.
So until next time,
Until next time,
take care.
stay curious.
Stay curious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fascinating to see how they handle it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But, you know, while Instagram's busy, you know, trying to welcome all these TikTokers with open arms, it's not like the other platforms are just
No, absolutely not.
twiddling their thumbs.
It's not a two-horse race.
Right. It's not just a two-horse race.
There are other players in the game,
Exactly.
like Pinterest, for instance.
yeah, Pinterest.
They're attracting a whole different crowd.
Yeah, like more of the,
The visual folks, the DIYers,
yeah.
people who love that kind of content.
They've always been strong with that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're seeing a surge in activity, too.
Really?
Yeah, as people explore different ways to express themselves online.
Okay, so they're benefiting from this too.
It seems like it.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, it's like this whole situation is reminding us
Yeah.
that there's a whole world of social media beyond
Beyond just TikTok and...
just TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's easy to forget that.
It is. They kind of dominate the conversation.
They do.
Yeah.
What about like the video platforms? Are YouTube Shorts and Snapchat
Oh, absolutely.
benefiting too
Yeah.
from this?
YouTube Shorts has really come into its own.
Yeah.
You know, they're leveraging YouTube's massive existing user base.
Right. Right. They already had that.
Exactly. And that powerful recommendation algorithm.
Right. Right.
And then you've got Snapchat with its focus on more personal connections and those augmented reality features.
Oh, right. Augmented reality.
They're holding their own as well.
Okay, so it's like this whole
Hey.
social media landscape is just
It's like someone hit a reset button.
like a reset button. Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone's scrambling to figure out.
Scrambling to figure out where they fit in now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's an interesting time.
Yeah, so it's not just about attracting those new users.
No.
Right? It's about
It's about keeping them engaged.
keeping them on your platform.
Instagram can't just rely on being the safe haven from TikTok.
Right.
They need to offer something truly unique
Yeah.
if they want to hold on to those new users long term.
It's not a guaranteed win for Instagram.
Not at all. The game is far from over.
Okay.
It all comes down to whether Instagram can actually integrate those new features
Okay.
and make them feel like a natural part of the platform.
Yeah, they can't just be like a temporary fix.
Right. They can't just be seen as a Band-Aid for TikTok refugees.
Right.
They need to provide a compelling long-term alternative.
So it's not just about copying TikTok.
No, it's about understanding what users want.
Yeah, and delivering an experience that goes beyond just like
Exactly. Beyond the latest trend.
latest trends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's really fascinating to watch this all unfold.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
You know, it's a case study in disruption and adaptation.
Yeah.
These platforms are being forced to reevaluate
Well-
their strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah. And ultimately, like, the users benefit from that.
Absolutely. We get more choices, better features,
Yeah.
hopefully more creative and innovative ways to connect online. Right. I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in the drama.
But yeah, all this competition is actually good for
It is. It's good for the users in the long run.
us.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say TikTok figures all this out.
Right.
What if they successfully divest and rebuild trust with users and advertisers?
Right.
Could they actually make a comeback?
I think they absolutely could.
Okay.
You know, they still have that addictive algorithm,
Yeah.
a massive global community,
Yeah.
a track record of pushing the boundaries.
They've always been innovative.
Exactly.
Right.
So, yeah, I wouldn't count them out just yet.
Okay, so it's not a complete doomsday scenario for them,
No, not at all.
but it's a wake-up call.
Definitely a wake-up call.
Yeah.
And you know what? It might even be a good thing for them.
Really? How so?
Well, this pressure could force them to innovate even further,
Oh,
to become even more creative and engaging.
right.
Sometimes a little competition is all it takes.
To push you to be better?
Exactly, to light that fire.
Yeah, this whole situation is a great example of how
It is.
nothing stays the same.
Nothing stays the same in social media.
Yeah, in the world of social media.
What's hot today might be gone tomorrow.
Right.
The platforms that can adapt and evolve the fastest
Mm-hmm.
are the ones that are going to thrive.
It's kind of the beauty of it, though, right?
Yeah, it is.
Like, it keeps things exciting.
Keeps things interesting.
There's always something new to discover,
Oh,
new
and
ways to connect, new stories to tell.
that's what keeps us coming back for more.
Yeah. All right, so let's recap a little bit.
Sure.
We've got TikTok facing this uphill battle.
Yeah.
Instagram making these bold moves to kind of
Right.
seize the opportunity.
Capitalize on the situation.
And all these other platforms?
Yeah, they're not just sitting on the sidelines.
Stepping up their game, too.
It's a lot to take in.
It really is a lot to unpack.
But when you boil it all down,
Yeah.
TikTok's struggles have created this window of opportunity for competitors. And Instagram is emerging as the early front runner.
Okay, so the big question is like,
Yeah, the big question is what happens next?
what happens next?
The game is far from over.
The game is far from over. So what's the like
Who knows what the future holds?
key takeaway for our listener today?
I think the biggest takeaway is that the social media landscape is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
It's dynamic. It's always changing.
It's like a living,
A
breathing
great analogy.
organism.
It is.
Right. Always growing, always changing.
Exactly. And as users, we have the power to shape that evolution
Yeah.
through the choices we make,
Yeah.
which platforms we use,
Yeah.
how we engage with content,
Right.
the kind of online communities we choose to be a part of.
So it's not just about like passively consuming content anymore.
No, it's about being active participants.
It's about actually like shaping the digital world, having a voice, and
Right.
shaping how things are going.
We have more power than we realize.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing when you think about it.
We're not just pawns in their game.
We're not just pawns.
We have influence.
So it's not just these big companies
Right. It's a two-way street.
dictating what we see and how we...
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a two-way street.
We have a say.
That's really cool.
It is, yeah.
Okay, so what does all this mean for
Yeah. Where do we go from here?
TikTok and Instagram specifically?
Yeah.
Like, will one of them become, like, the
Will there be a clear winner?
dominant force?
Or will they find a way to coexist?
Will they figure out how to, like,
yeah. Will they both thrive?
share the space? Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to say.
Yeah, it's really hard to predict.
But this competition is definitely pushing both platforms to be better.
That's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
Right.
You know, Instagram's being forced to innovate
Yeah.
at a rapid pace.
Like, they're really having to step up their game.
Yeah, they are.
And if TikTok manages to overcome these challenges...
They're going to need to come back even stronger.
Right.
Even more creative.
Right.
To win back their audience.
It's like this whole situation is raising the bar for the
It's raising the bar for the entire social media industry.
whole industry.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
And that's a win for everyone.
Yeah, ultimately it is.
Yeah. It means better experiences for all of us.
All right, well, my head is spinning a little bit.
I know, right? We've covered a lot.
After all of that,
We went deep today.
we went deep, yeah, from legal battles to
Stock prices to algorithm updates.
algorithm updates, the psychology of...
It's a lot to process.
It's a lot to process, yeah.
But that's what we do here, right?
It is.
We explore these complex issues, unpack the latest trends,
Yeah.
and hopefully spark some interesting conversations.
I think we've definitely done that today.
I think so, too.
So to our listener out there, what do you think?
Yeah, what are your thoughts on all of this?
What does the future hold for TikTok and Instagram?
Do you think this power shift is here to stay?
Will TikTok bounce back?
Will we see a resurgence?
Or will something completely different happen that,
Yeah, something we haven't even considered.
yeah, that we haven't even thought of yet?
It's the future of social media. Anything is possible.
Anything is possible, yeah.
So what does this all mean for how we connect, create, and consume content online?
How do you see the social media landscape evolving in the years to come?
It's a big question,
Yeah,
but it's an important one.
it is.
Keep exploring, keep questioning.
Keep those deep dives going.
Exactly.
We'd love to hear your thoughts.
We want to know what you think.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Stay curious. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think that, like, we actually have a say in how these platforms
Yeah, right?
evolve.
It's pretty powerful when you think about it.
Yeah, it really is.
Every, share, follow, it
Yeah.
all sends a message.
Yes, like, we're voting with our clicks.
Exactly.
So, okay, what does all this mean for
Yeah.
TikTok and Instagram, like, long term?
Right. Will one emerge as the king?
Yeah.
Or will they learn to coexist?
Yeah, will they both find a way to
Yeah. Will they both be able to thrive?
thrive?
It's hard to say.
Yeah, who knows what the future holds, but one thing's for sure, right?
Definitely.
All this competition,
Yeah.
it's good for both of them.
It's pushing them both to be better.
It's like it's raising the bar for the whole
It is. It's raising the bar for the entire
the
industry.
whole social media
For sure.
landscape.
Yeah. Which ultimately benefits us, the users.
Right, exactly. It's like a win-win for everyone.
More innovation, more choices, better experiences.
Oh, okay, well, my head is officially spinning now.
Mine too. It's a lot to take in.
After all that,
We went deep today.
we went deep, yeah, from legal battles to like
Yeah, stock prices, algorithms, design psychology.
algorithm updates, yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot to process.
So that's what we love to do, right?
We do. We love to explore these
We dive in, unpack the trends,
complex issues.
and hopefully get people thinking.
Yeah, it gets those conversations going. Exactly.
And I think we've definitely done that today.
I think so too.
So to our listener out there, what do you think?
Yeah, we want to hear from you.
What's the future hold for TikTok and Instagram?
Do you think this power shift is permanent?
Is TikTok going to be able to bounce back?
Will we see a resurgence?
Or will something
Right.
completely
Is there something else on the horizon
different happen?
that we haven't even considered?
Yeah, like what are we not
Yeah.
seeing right now?
Who knows? It's the future of social media.
It's impossible to predict.
Anything is possible.
Yeah.
So what does this all mean for how we connect online?
Yeah, how do you see the social media landscape
How do you see it evolving?
evolving in the next couple of years?
What's next?
It's a big question.
It is a big question, but it's worth pondering.
It is. It is.
Keep exploring. Keep questioning.
Keep those deep dives going.
Exactly.
We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Until next time.
Until next time, stay curious.
like that.
Yeah.
Hey yo, listen.
Drop it low to the flow. Oh, oh.
Like it like that.
Yeah.